What you think of this squad without CP? They're interesting. I don't know if they're playoff interesting in the Western Conference, but as best as you can salvage a bad situation, they lost a Hall of Fame, All-NBA point guard, and they got different, really different and really interesting.
Different is not necessarily good.
I didn't say better.
Different and interesting are not necessarily good.
No.
I mean,
right.
look, they made the best of a bad situation. And it's what's interesting, though, is with what Doc said, a lot of people were reading into that as shade against Chris Paul, like he was taking a shot.
Right.
I think he was just simply saying that they now have to win differently.
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Right, because of course they do. I mean,
Right.
they lost one of the best point guards in the game, if not the best in a lot of people's
And when you have Chris Paul, you let him dominate the ball.
Precisely. So it makes a lot of sense, and especially with the way that he can make guys better. Look, I like that they seem to have a plan and a philosophy, because that's always important, because some teams get put together and they're all over the place. But clearly, they're going to have to start putting values on different things. I think they put a lot of value when they had Chris Paul on their offense. But now we see them becoming a little bit more complete, if you will.
Well, they had spurts where they were really good defensively.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't to shade them and say that they didn't play defense.
Right.
But
Honestly, it's really about can these guys stay healthy, because I like Blake Griffin as a facilitator. Gallinari has always been this big tease. A lot of times he's been hurt, but their front court is pretty loaded, right? So if you got Patrick Beverly, holding it down defensively, Lou Williams giving you buckets off the bench, they got this EuroLeague MVP that everybody's raving about his passing. There's a depth to them, and maybe, just maybe, not having that whole Clippers weight on them, which having Chris Paul added to. And this team, I don't know if anybody's going to be holding the playoff failures and shortcomings and not getting out of the second round against this particular team.
again, the expectation is much different.
Right. They may not be able to get to the playoffs at all. But once they get there, if they get there in the loaded Western Conference, they're not going to have that burden of trying to atone for past failures. And maybe they play with more freedom.